Hey Taurus, I'm Eleanor and welcome to Peaches by Starlight Tarot. This is your March overall reading that's breaking down this King of Cups energy, and this came out in your 2020 reading, which is linked and timestamped below so you can skip right to March where this card comes out. And this is going to be talking about being at the height of your emotional stability and your ability to give and receive love and to nurture and all that good stuff. So I am using words of wisdom from His Holiness the Dalai Lama to get a week by week breakdown of how this is going to play out and how you can best harness this energy, how you can best tap into it, put it to good use, or how you can access it if you're having trouble accessing it. Each one of these cards is going to have its own pick a card reading come out. So go ahead and like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff if you want to keep up and find out how these are going to play out even further. All right, Taurus, let's get week 1. All right, it says, the aim of all Buddhists must be to empty themselves of greed and grasping desire, the root of all suffering. All right, week 2 of March for Taurus and how they can best access this king of their emotional castle energy, as it were. Week 2. You have the very purpose of our lives is happiness and joyfulness. That is very clear. Okay. Whoops. Hang on, I made a mess. Before I can get week 3, I gotta pick up my mess. All right. Week 3 for Taurus. Compassion can heal not only inner anger, but the world's violence. Week 4 of March. How can Taurus be the King of Cups in the 4th week of March? There we go. Sorry, it took a while. To me, there is no difference whether president, beggar, or king. All right, let's talk a little bit how these tie in with this King of Cups energy. All right, Taurus, let's get started with the 1st week of March. You have the aim of all Buddhists must be to empty themselves of greed and grasping desire, the root of all suffering. So while you may not be a Buddhist, that's all right. The point still stands as far as this King of Cups energy is going to be about you being enough, and that this emptying of greed and grasping desire, that comes from not feeling like enough and feeling like you need from others, for others to fill up your cup. And when you are this King of Cups energy, you're able to empty yourself of that neediness and replace it with self-love. And that is an infinitely replenishing source, wellspring of love. And so you don't have that empty, needy, hungry, or that they call it the hungry ghost, that you just always, almost like a vampire. And so this king is enough, and he's full enough that he can give and doesn't have to grasp and need. And so that is the King of Cups for that week. And you move into the 2nd week. It says, the very purpose of our lives is happiness and joyfulness. That is very clear. And so the King of Cups is different than the King of Swords. The King of Swords is going to be analytical and thinking. And so there's a sense this week of it not being a time to overanalyze and to do any thinking, but to access this King of Cups as your feelings and just experience and just feel your emotions without trying to figure out where they come from, why you're feeling them, and not grasp them and try to hold on to them, but observe them almost in a detached way. So feel them and observe them and watch them and enjoy them without having to even like name them and figure out labeling them as good or bad, and trying to keep certain ones at bay and only inviting certain ones in. So it's kind of just the enjoy of experience in the emotional sense. The third week, you have compassion can heal not only inner anger, but the world's violence. And so being this King of Cups has to do with being very much in control of your reactions, not in control of your emotions. Like we were talking about this week before, there's no control or over-analysis, but just an experience of them. So it's never possible. We don't control our emotions. What we control is ourselves and our reactions to them. And so this King of Cups is the master of doing so. And so there's a sense here where this week where if you learning to do that and you becoming this king, you heal the world by one person. And as an inextricable part of the whole is changed because you are changed. And in the fourth week, you have, to me, there is no difference whether president, beggar, or king. And this talks about the humility found particularly in the King of Cups. Maybe not so much in the King of Wands, but in the King of Cups, there is a humility, and he's not ruled by ego. He is ruled by emotion. He rules his emotions, not ruled by emotion, maybe so much like the Page or the Knight might be. So not ruled by the ego. And so you wouldn't recognize this person as a king. They're more of a lover and more of someone that you feel emotionally tied to and connected to and can give and receive love freely with this person, and not someone that just sits up. And so is someone, when you think of a king, there's a certain amount of detachment and being up on a throne and being separate. And the King of Cups isn't. He's more of an energy that you can combine with and connect with. So he's more accessible. And so there's that sense of not being ruled by the ego in this King of Cups this week. So if you'll go ahead and subscribe, I will do 4 videos. Each one of these is going to get a pick a card reading, so you can get more specifically what this means for you in your situation. All right, Taurus, I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.